just stop what you're doing. You can finish reading it. I know most of you have already finished reading it. We kind of just want to go back over it to remind ourselves what we were writing about and where we are. We have already written our first paragraph, our introduction. We've written about our 3 subtopics. All we have left, our 5th paragraph, is the closing. So all this does, it ties everything together. We don't really give any new information. We don't give any new information in the closing. It's going to be very similar to the introduction. The introduction and the closing are going to be very similar. So this is just tying everything together and closing it. And then we're also going to list our 3 subtopics again in a sentence. Just like we did for the introduction, we're going to do that for the closing too. We're going to list our 3 subtopics. So remember, this was the example that I written about the zoo as well, called Animal Heaven. Here's the closing. Here's an example. Zoos are a great place to take the whole family and learn about animals. Walking around the zoo, everyone in the family will find an animal they like and are interested in. I'm not really giving any new information. I'm just telling you again, you're going to like the zoo. It's going to be fun. And then in my last sentence, I went ahead and listed those 3 subtopics again. Zoos have a variety of animals, lots of food, and cold beverages, and amazing shows to catch. So my last sentence was my 3 subtopics. Just like I did up here in the introduction, I just listed them in a sentence again. So our closing needs to be 3 sentences long, 3 7-up sentences. You're just kind of closing everything together, not giving me any new information. You're not talking about specifically one subtopic again. You're not going to, in the closing, list all the foods that you can get to eat. You're not going to list all the shows that you could go see. That's not what we're doing. We will list the 3 subtopics in a sentence, but you're not talking about either of them individually. So what I want you to do is reread. I know you already read it again. Just want you to read your introduction. I just want you to read your introduction, and then I think you'll be able to start your closing, because our introduction and closing are very similar. So you're just kind of closing everything out, wrapping it up, not giving any new information, and then you're going to list your 3 subtopics. Zoos are a great place to take the whole family and learn about animals. Walking around the zoo, everyone in the family will find an animal they like and are interested in. Zoos have a variety of animals, lots of food and cold beverages, and amazing shows to catch. So 2 sentences closing up your story, just wrapping it up, and then you are going to write a sentence that lists your 3 subtopics. Somebody remind me, what are words that we don't use in informational pieces? What are words we don't use? Anthony?
Me.
We don't use me. Anastasia?
I.
Juliana? We.
Us.
Us. Yes. My. We don't use words like I, me, my, mine, we, us. Remember, we said that you could use the word you, but not too much. Don't use it in every sentence. You can use the word you, but just a little bit. None of those pronouns, those I, me, my, mines. All right? So go ahead and start your closing paragraph. Reread your introduction to kind of give you an idea. And then you can start. Remember, 3 sentences. I will be walking around to help. 3 sentences, just kind of closing everything out. And then you're listing your 3 subtopics.